Let's get rolling, people. So if y'all recall, last time we left off in a pretty interesting... at kind of a dangerous point, if I'm being honest. See, we now have access to Ether Paradise, and we're trying to make it through the gauntlet that encompasses the main story. And that includes just a massive string of boss battles, all of which are pretty frightening. Or at least frightening to some degree. So we called it last time just to give ourselves some time to... just so I could take some time to prep. And I did realize something interesting. We have a few Pokemon that can technically evolve within this level cap. Now, a couple of them can't evolve until the very end of the level cap. Specifically Plassie here. But we're going to wait to evolve Plassie because we don't need him for any of the immediately upcoming fights. We can also evolve D, but honestly, he's kind of carrying us from in the role of specially defensive steel type thanks to Violite, so we're gonna leave him. And then of course Roselia, Tricia, and Borealis all have limitations on when we can evolve them. Tricia just straight up can't evolve in this run because we don't get access to the Protector until the post game. Dialos, we need a Dawn Stone and we don't have access to one yet. That's the extent of it. And of course, like I said at the start of the run, we are not allowed to evolve Melania because she would otherwise trivialize a significant chunk of the game. But we have 3 Pokemon that we can evolve real quick here. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We got Rena evolving. She can learn Ice Fang. And that will be better than Ice Ball. I don't actually think we need skill swap. Honestly, most Pokemon would just benefit if we swapped Pidia's ability onto them. can't remember if there was anything I wanted to hold off on with her. Not long term, mind you, just long enough for her to learn a couple of moves that she would otherwise have to wait until after evolution to learn. I don't think there is, though. Yeah, she'll still pick up Psychic before fully evolving. Yeah. Okay, so we've got 3 new fully evolved Pokemon on the team. Now, let's look at the more immediate future. So, we're going to be heading back to Ether Paradise. We have to take on a few double battles, I believe. The final one being against Branch Chief Faba with Hao as our ally. I've got some ideas about who's going to go with us into that fight. One important thing for the fights before that, though, is that we're going to want Hugh around because he trivializes one of them. We're also going to want Bach in the party, because he's fast, and even though he's not really a physical attacker, he can learn Rock Slide, which is important for one of our strategies. He's also a grass type, which means I don't have to worry about Faba's lead quite as much. Yeah, so that fight should be easily handled by Hugh if we give him the leftovers. The trouble is that I don't actually know the pacing of some of these fights. I don't know the order they take some of this in. Well, I know the order, but, like, I don't know the triggers. I don't know if I have time to switch my team between fights. That's why I'm kind of trying to plan for all of them back to back. And that's tricky because Faba's team is actually pretty scary. Because he has psychic types. And if there's one thing y'all will recall I've been complaining about this entire run, it's that the only dark type we have can't evolve for the first time until level 50. However, I do still think that Grail could come in handy for the fight, for pivoting purposes. Only How was carrying something that knew Rototiller. So we're going to want a ghost type. I think other than that, we just want another grass type. Or a water type. A water type would also do well here. But none of our water types can do much to the Bruxish that is the worrying Pokemon on his team. Yeah, his Bruxish and his Claydol both have pretty strong offensive movesets, but Bruxish hits a whole lot harder than Claydol, which is kind of the tricky thing. What does his Bruxish carry, EVs wise? Adamant, 30 IV, no EVs. And speed. So yeah, it's going to be pretty tricky to outrun with a lot of our Pokemon. I should actually check something real quick, because I don't know the abilities on his team. Oh, that's so much fun. Why does Cerebi disagree with Bulbapedia? Okay, strong jaw. Wait, what the? Oh, wait, why? Seriously, why? Oh, that was Sun and Moon. I clicked on the wrong one. I thought I had deliberately gone to Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Okay, so Hypno does have Insomnia, which might make it relatively easy to deal with. If we just bring Trace Gardevoir onto the team. But Hypno isn't really the worrying one. Again, it's the Bruxish. The thing is, Trace Gardevoir can pretty easily replace Dino and still give us a lot of the pivoting that we had. It just means we... No. Swap those two. Electo is good into the matchup, but Gardevoir is overall better. Give her specs. I think this team should be able to do it. The trick will be playing intelligently around his Bruxish. Also, we'll want Protect on most of the team, just because, again, double battles. Protect means that we can stall and hope that How does something for us. Oh, also, let's go ahead and finally give Roderica Toxic. Okay, we'll worry about the other movesets in a minute. But let's go ahead and do some leveling on Grail. Alright, let's double check their movesets. Make sure we've got everything that we want. So D is there for a few reasons, mainly for a slow bulky pivot, also for the occasional thunder wave, and he will specifically help us with the fights before Thaba, because we have to take out a couple of rock types that would otherwise be trouble. Well, like, they wouldn't be trouble, but I want to keep our other teammates from having to... I want to make sure that I can handle them with a Pokemon that we already have, and he's the best one for that with his fairly strong Steel Stab. Bach has Protect, Rock Slide, Giga Drain, and Rocky MZ, and that is exactly what I wanted him to have. Giga Drain will help him get back some HP during the Thaba fight. Thank you for the Hydrate, Lastborn. Welcome, welcome. So yeah, this is exactly what I want on him. Obviously, he's not the strongest physically, but he's fast enough to outspeed the support Ledian. He's not vulnerable to anything that Faba's Claydol can throw out, and he can get back to probably full HP using Giga Drain on the Pupitar that comes in after the Ledian. And that'll make it a 2-on-1, which should significantly simplify this battle. Giving Hugh rest. Did I want leftovers on Hugh, or did I want Chestoberry? I think I wanted Chestoberry, to be honest. Leftovers is also pretty good, though. So Hugh hardwalls most of the double battle that we'll be having right before. Yeah, I think Chestoberry makes more sense. So yeah, Huga's there primarily for the battle before that, where he can pretty easily deal with the fire and electric types that we have to face. We're probably just going to go ahead and replace Misty Terrain on Selen. I don't see it being all that critical, and it would be really nice to give her Shadow Ball so that she can more easily solo the Hypno. Roderica, doing more or less the same thing she always does. She will help us against Bruxish. As long as she can survive long enough to put down a layer of... to put down Leech Seed on Bruxish before having to switch out. Obviously, I'm not just going to leave her in. But yeah, as long as she can hit Bruxish with a Leech Seed, she'll have done her job and made it so that we should be able to stall it out if we need to. Yep, D's got exactly what I want on him. Grail, we're going to teach Protect to. That's about it. He really can't do much. Or she really can't do much. I'll look through the other options, but she'll be able to waste turns and scout moves. If we're desperate, we can have her use Thunder Wave. Hang on. Okay, I think that's the team we want. And if you thought that was a long planning session, just wait until you see what we have to work out for Guzma. If nothing else, we have our team lined up so that we can... We have things set up so that we can just kind of stampede through the area. Okay, this is our first double battle. First thing to do is just hit Protect. This is going to be a pretty general strategy for these double battles. We're going to spam Protect a lot just to try and give How... just to try and make How do the work for us, basically. So yeah, now we're getting introduced to the fact that Gladion and Lily were raised here. The president? You mean Miss Lusamine? She's a really nice person, so I'm sure she'll listen to us if we explain everything. Yeah, she's real nice. As long as you mean nothing to her. Oh, welcome to the stream, Great. Oh, and thanks for the follow.
GRT234 is now following.
Gotta check. Okay, so there are no other rooms on this floor. I'm doing alright. Okay, we're gonna want Hugh in the lead for the next battle. Ah yes, staff only. Oh, is that a Pokemon Center? Nice. Okay, so the battle that we will have Gladion... the battle that Gladion is helping us with, I believe, is where we'll want Hugh. We didn't even have to ask where the president was, and you just confirmed it for us. Oh, thank you for the hydrate, Lastborn. I should have kept Bach up front. So now I'm going to have to play around. Unless I can switch my team order before next time. Let's speed this along. Okay. That Zoroark should outspeed everything and take out the main Ectric. But just to be safe, we'll click an offensive move anyway. Oh, but can we switch? We cannot. And yeah, Zoroark has some wild hair. Okay, so turn 1, we are going to kind of have to hard switch. Which is dangerous if for some reason they're being dumb. If Ledian attacks, it should Bug Buzz into Raichu. Yep. And now, Z-Power, Continental Crush, Ledian. With any luck, you decided to use Earth Power into Raichu. Yep. So that's kind of a big part of our plan, is, again, we're hoping that they decide to just target How a lot. Okay, we're back to full. Now the question becomes, what Pokemon is he going to switch in? I'm guessing... Oh, it was Hypno. I thought it would be Bruxish. Okay, Scout turn 1. Can probably take 1. Yeah. Okay, now obviously I could go for Giga Drain here, but honestly, a Psychic Fangs crit would probably kill Bach if he doesn't one-shot the Bruxish. So instead, I'm going to play it safe. Gonna switch in D for my nice slow pivot. And who knows, Hal might actually finish it off here. Nice. Just remember, that seemed easy, but it was only manageable because of all of the planning that we did before the battle. We made sure to have an answer to everything. This is why I can't bring myself to like children. Oh, but I am not looking forward to this next bit because I think it goes almost straight into a battle with Guzma. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is pretty terrifying. Last time we were able to shut him down pretty solidly because we were able to bring multiple counters to each of his Pokemon. But this time around, he's got one more Pokemon that we have to counter all by itself, and that's dangerous. So, first of all, let's move out the Pokemon who definitely aren't coming with us. I can't remember if I had planned for D to come along. I think I had. So here's the thing. Guzma now has a Vikavolt, and all his Pokemon are level 45. Hang on, I gotta do some scrolling. Because of his Vikavolt, we kind of have to dedicate a team slot to dealing with it offensively, because we really have no workaround defensively. It has Bug, Electric, and Grass coverage, which hits everything we have for at least neutral. And our best Pokemon at tanking two of those types, which is D, is hit neutrally by his Thunderbolt, which is obviously not something that we that we want to deal with. Naturally, we can cheese his Golisopod the same way we have been, thanks to Roderica. But past that point, we have to make plans for his other three Pokemon, and his Pinsir knows a move that makes it a lot harder to deal with. Last time we were just able to send in Blaziken and benefit from the fact that he couldn't really hit us for a ton of damage. And while I'd like to bring Blaziken, I'm not sure if we're going to have room, given what we absolutely need for the other Pokemon. Especially because his Pinsir is faster than almost everything we have. So I think it's pretty inevitable that we bring along Charizard and Elmer. And between streams, I did go ahead and farm up one particular item that would have been very annoying to farm on stream, so don't question it. A wide lens, which I'm going to be giving to Elmer. Now, where'd it go? Hang on. I swear I put that in the items. Oh, I never increased the count above 0. Hang on. Okay, we'll take care of that in a bit. So the thing is, I did some checking off stream. Masquerain will be at 118 speed. Pinsir will be at 123. Now you notice Charizard is currently at 113. Elmer is currently at 112. Obviously, we can get them up a bit faster with some extra levels. Luckily, our current level cap is level 49. So at level 48, Elmer now knows is now faster than everything on Gozma's team, which means he can get off some strong attacks. It also means that I feel very comfortable with forgetting quick attack. Gil, I think, has to get all the way to 49. Yeah, so at 48 he only speed ties Pinsir, which is not what we want. So now both of those will outspeed both Pinsir and Masquerain, giving us some counterplay into those two. The challenge being, I'm not sure if they'll be one-shotting. They should, but this is Pokemon Ultra Moon, so things always seem to wind up deceptively durable. I'm going to give a wide lens to Elmer, to make that Rock Slide 99% accurate, and I'll probably go ahead and give the choice specs, I think, to wait, who did I... There you are. I'll give the choice specs to Agil. That should hopefully guarantee the KOs on Pinsir and Masquerain. Now the question is, who else do we want on the team? Personally, I'm leaning towards D, even though he'll be hit super effectively by one of Pinsir's moves. I feel confident that he can switch in on Pinsir, tank a hit on the switch, tank a Storm Throw on the next turn, and get off a slow Volt switch to kind of shut him down. Now, do we have a semi-decent Pokemon that could potentially be useful and I wouldn't mind having around sacrificially? I feel like we do, and I feel like we're looking at her. Okay, I'm going to save first of all, so that I can add in that wide lens. And if you're wondering, we can get wide lens by using Thief on Sableye in 10 Carat Hill that have been SOS called. a long and tedious process that I absolutely refuse to go through on stream. Because naturally I never do anything long or tedious on stream. Oh, where'd that wide lens wind up? Here you are. Okay, we've drugged up our team. Oh, hey, thanks, Sean. Thanks for the raid. Let's see if I remember my commands. Hey, it worked. Welcome to the stream, Sean. Glad y'all could be here. Welcome, Xylo. We are just doing our preps for a pretty scary Guzma fight. And I need to put Protect on my wall ring. So, what we're doing here... Oh, you got into the Soul Link a ways? Now that wording makes it sound like you might have then died. Can you clarify that? Did not die yet. Nice. On your 6th attempt. Yeah, Soul Links are tricky. I'm curious, are you doing the rule where you can't overlap primary types? No? Yeah, that's probably for the best. I never really felt like that rule was all that necessary. Okay, let's check our Pokemon, make sure they are what I want them to be. Electo has Firium Z. Yeah, randomizing it makes it fun, though. Honestly, one of these days I want to do a randomizer Nuzlocke with just, like, the extreme randomization, randomize abilities, movesets, items, TMs... Pretty much everything, and encounters obviously, pretty much everything but types. I just think that would be a blast. Yeah. What's a Gheel's hidden power type? I can't remember. Bug, that's useless. But yeah, you're in Johto, right? Nice. Okay. One last check of movesets, and then I think we'll be good to go and do the battle. So, we have Firium Z Flame Burst on Electo to deal with the... Vikavolt. Protect Leech Seed Synthesis on Roderica. That's exactly what I want for Golisopod. Casually had a Venomoth with Judgment. I mean, Venomoth does seem like a very judgy Pokemon, let's be real here. Like, it's obviously judging you all the time. Elimer with Wide Lens, giving us a 99% accurate Rock Slide, and that 1% terrifies me. D, typical moveset. I do think that I want Thunder Wave over Toxic for this fight. And Rena... I'm kinda tempted to replace Ice Fang or Belly Drum with Toxic, to be honest, but I don't think it's necessary. Rena's only potential roles are to use Encore and maybe die. Oh, so I should probably clarify what we're doing here. There's a mechanic in these games called Island Scan, where you use the QR scanner to get a bunch of points. Once you have those points, you can once you have those points, you can scan the island, and depending on the day, it'll tell you a specific area that you can go to get an encounter. I am allowing island scan encounters from both this game and Moon, because if I didn't allow that, it was impossible to get off the first island. And that guy, right there, is the dangerous dude. Now, this does give us a pretty powerful lineup, and I think I am required to beat most of these trainers. Okay. Gonna swap in D. Oh, later Xylo. Thanks for being here.
Xylamine is now following.
And thanks for the follow. I do appreciate it. And have a good sleep. Later, Sean. Thanks for the raid again. Okay. Yeah, this should be fine. Can't really do much to me. And this guy is a little bit scarier. Dark and normal coverage is surprisingly impressive. I think Roderica is the play here. And this has just become a very slow battle. Protect. Let's see, Flame Burst. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and teach Electo Protect as well. I should have done that before. Yeah. There's no reason for us to keep Shadow Ball around for this fight, and Electo could use Protect in case Galissapod comes in. I don't remember if we have the TM for Hex yet. Welcome to the stream, B. And let's use my Lepa Berries to make sure that her Protects are maxed out, as are these. None of the other moves are likely to be used that frequently, but we want to give ourselves time to use Protect. Or we want to give ourselves as many uses of Protect as we can. Items are what I wanted. Yep, okay. For a second there I was like, wait, but Cerebi wasn't showing another opponent. Okay. Am I nervous about this fight? Yes. I keep getting astounded by my character's absolute, like, drip. Because her fashion sense is just on point. So again, the reason that I keep using Roderica into a strong physical attacking bug type is that after he uses First Impression, he can't again until he switches out, which makes things a lot safer here. Because all we have to do is use Protect turn 1, and he will whiff First Impression into it. Welcome to the stream, Rafkin. And then we can focus on firing off status moves that will help us stay healthy thanks to Protect, and will eventually wear him down. Naturally, we missed Toxic, because we always do. But we've kind of got all the time in the world. And by that I mean we just need to hit him with Toxic on the next turn where we act. So he shouldn't quite be pushed down below half here. I don't think he'll activate Emergency Exit. Oh, I was wrong. Okay, so we do have to actually manage to get our Pokemon in. Okay, so that's Masquerain. It has Air Slash, Bug Buzz, and Icy Wind. It should be going for Bug Buzz here, since that's the strongest move that it's carrying. Meaning we'll go into Elmer. And you see why I was being so worried, because this thing has already killed one of our Pokemon. Wide Lens Rock Slide. Okay, we got the one shot, that's what I was hoping for. Golisopod should come in now. Oh no, it's Pinsir. Okay, I'm guessing it's going for Stone Edge. We'll scout the move. We can actually even potentially stall out his Stone Edges if we're smart about this. Yep, okay, that's one. We bring in D. D tanks that, no problem. We'll protect. And there are two options here. We either slow Volt Switch out on the Storm Throw, or we go for the risky play and try to get a Thunder Wave, which is 90% accurate, but if it works, he'll then be slower than us. And we'll be able to Volt Switch out more easily. Honestly, I don't want to risk it. I don't think it's necessary. We tank the crit Storm Throw. It always crits. And that got us a safe switch into Elmer, or into Agil, who can now Specs Flamethrower through this guy. Because we statted him specifically to outspeed, which only took a 4-level advantage. Obviously, I could outspeed a lot more of these opponents if I were allowing myself to properly EV train, but... oh, heck, I didn't think of the fact that Vikavolt would come in. Like, he should be going for Thunderbolt. I should be able to just chain a couple of switches here. There's absolutely no logical reason. You know, I could have just gone for another Flamethrower now that I think about it. I outspeed and I'm Specs. So this should bait Bug Buzz. I'll scout with Protect just to be safe. And that gives us a safe switch into Electo, who can then take care of business with her Fire-type Z move. Yeah, we do love Electo here. And there goes Golisopod. We'll protect to make sure that we don't switch anything in on first impression. Once we've done that, we should be good. Yep. Okay. Now all we need to do is bring in Roderica and hope that he doesn't get like a crit defense drop. I mean, the defense drop isn't surprising. Stall for extra leftovers recovery. Oh, thank goodness. I was genuinely quite worried about that leech seed. If that had missed, we could have been in some serious trouble, to be honest. Because he's actually doing a good bit with Razor Shell now, thanks to the defense drop, and because of our team limitations, I didn't manage to bring an extra water resist. Oh wait, yes I did. I brought Wall Rain. I've already forgotten about one of my Pokemon. There we go, nice and clean. Finally, after all that, we gain access. Wait, are we gonna have to fight those two? Or just one of them? Either way, that's... Why, though? They seemed like alright dudes. Anyway, we're gonna head back, switch up our team now. Because now we don't have quite the same need for extensive fire-type presence. Alright, let's check out Lucamine's team. In Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. So I guess there isn't an Ultra Space battle here? Huh. Okay, so she's got 5 Pokemon. Each of them kinda needs to be countered individually. Luckily, that shouldn't be too much of an issue to do. So, for example, we definitely want Gold Mask with us because he matches up really well into her Lilligant. Only thing is, he can become confused, so we do have to play around that. Clefable shouldn't be too difficult, but we do need to pick a Pokemon that can tank its hits and still do good damage. It's probably going to be a Steel type. It might even be D. I don't actually know what happens in this game after Lucamine. I think we wind up going into Ultra Space. I've never played this game before, Certainly not this far in. So as far as Milotic goes, just about any water type that can hit it for decent damage should be fine. Or a strong grass type. Lopunny has Dizzy Punch and the Elemental Punches, which kind of makes her easy pickings for our fighting types. Though she is probably pretty fast. Still, that shouldn't be an issue. Her Beware should be manageable as long as I manage to come in on Drain Punch or Takedown. Of course, that's risky because... Oh, except, hang on. D is actually a pretty perfect counter into Beware. Or not D, Melania. Physically defensive, especially after Eviolite resists or is immune. Resists its coverage moves, is immune to its stabs. Yeah, that's a no-brainer. I think Steelix makes sense for this one. Rykard should be able to pretty soundly destroy her Clefable, even if he's not as specially bulky as D. I can give him some Spec Def EVs. Lilligant should be no trouble for Gold Mask. Lopunny should be no trouble for Radagon. So that just leaves the Milotic. And I think the obvious choice is Alexander, who resists or is immune to practically everything she can pull out, and can wear her down with Toxic if nothing else. I think these five should each be able to handle one of her Pokemon. The most iffy is probably Lopunny. Which means I should probably bring a backup plan for that one. Ideally something that matches up well into the rest of her Pokemon too. Trouble is, Steel and Rock types don't generally match up well into the rest of her Pokemon. I think the smart thing to do here is to bring something that I can afford to risk. Where's that expert belt? Go ahead and give him Thunder Punch back. Give him Person, and you get Steelium Z. Alex, we're going to give the leftovers to. One thing that we want to be aware of is, from what I understand, her move choice is pretty much fully random, which makes this fight more dangerous than it would otherwise be. If she was making good decisions, I could predict them, but I don't think she makes good decisions in this fight. Let's get everyone some levels. Her Pokemon are level 47, so I'll match that. Get Toxic on the ones that I wanted on. Soon, though, we're going to have to deal with Ultra Necrozma, and that one frightens me. Oh, while I'm thinking about it. Okay. Let's head to the beach. So I actually want to check this. Gyro Ball, Gen 7, Z-Move Power 160. Iron Head, Gen 7, same Z-Move Power. In terms of this fight, it probably doesn't matter, but given Clefable is pretty slow, I think I will go ahead and learn Iron Head instead. I expect it would wind up being stronger than Euroball. Oh, I almost forgot. Thunder Punch. Alright. I think this should be it. Oh, that's right, these guys I have to deal with. I think Reichert is probably the best out of my current team to deal with them, so assuming I don't want to go back and... Yeah. Yeah, poison and bug coverage, Reichert can handle these no problem. Luckily, they're using Poiple instead of Naganadel. You know what, there's actually one more thing that I want to do to one of my movesets. I'm going to have Azumarill learn Rest instead of Protect. That should be the safest way of making sure she doesn't get worn, or he doesn't get worn down. Okay, let's heal Rykard real quick. Oranberry is all it'll take. And now to see a long cutscene where these two are arguing or something. So yeah, Lusamine just straight up bags on her daughter. Denies that she has any children. Force Cosmog to use its power, it may very well die. Like, this just seems like a terrible idea. Yeah, so she has Pokémon in cryogenic freeze. And the fact that one is sticking out of the wall means every one of these squares is probably a frozen Pokémon. No, not the Mew. Not the little dude. Thank you for the hydrate, Lastborn. I mean, it's kind of obvious how, like, they look so much alike. Can we just start the battle already? Like, they're still trying to keep her around, but she's terrible. I think she has, like, a small redemption arc in the other game, but in this one she just is terrible and stays terrible, if I recall correctly. Alright. Time to take on Lucamine. We'll have to deal with it lowering our attack, which is definitely annoying. Okay, so one Iron Head won't finish it from this health unless we crit. Oh. Okay, I'll take it. Now it's Milotic. Pretty easy one to deal with. We just switch into Alexander. Naturally, she avoids the attack because that was always going to happen. The thing is, I think she might go for a full restore here. Or a full heal or something. So I am just going to go for another Toxic. That's 4 Hydro Pumps. She won't be able to do really meaningful damage to me again. So I'm just going to rest while Toxic does the work. Obviously, she can use Flail. It will increase in power as she takes damage. But there we go. I just had to speed that up. I'm guessing Petal Dance, that's what makes the most sense, but regardless of what she does, Gold Mask should be able to tank it pretty comfortably. Just locked in. Oh, I guess I could have just one shot with Sludge Bomb. I want to point out that that was a quad resisted move, and it was still going to be a 4-hit kill. Melania, you're in. As long as we don't get endlessly flinched. Yeah, we've gotten off the Toxic. We're chilling now. Gonna pull out a nifty little trick here. I've gotten that tiny bit of chip damage with Iron Head. Now have Rykard take a hit. And hypothetically now, she should be going for one of her sab moves. She only has this one more Pokemon, right? Yep. Alright, there's the Lopunny. I'm going to go into Rena. Actually try and encore it into something so that I can control what move it's going for. Okay, it's going for Dizzy Punch. We are now free to go back into Melania then. Okay, her encore ended. And there we go. Like, why did I just battle her if I'm just straight up not going to stop her? Because I don't think we actually get to follow her until the post-game. Or do we? I don't know. Oh right, this little guy is like 4 inches tall. I always forget that. Cosmoem. It's like 4 inches tall and is incredibly heavy. It's like 200 something kg. Alright. Well, that's story progress. And Lily has gotten a new haircut now, I believe. Like, just... I've never understood the haircut thing. Also, those bangs are questionable. Sun flute. Oh, this is interesting. So clearly there's some way to get around and behind there, but I'm not sure what it is. Okay, so I can't go to the sides there. Oh, wait. Aha. I love how I can go to the docks, or... No, I'll go to the docks. Oh, or we can go to the conservation area. I don't actually think there's a reason to go to the conservation area, but I did it. Okay, we have now reached Pony Island. Specifically, Sea Folk Village, right? Yep. Do we have any battles that we have to do here? Okay, not in the village. Well, I guess technically a couple of battles that are in the village, but no major ones and none right now. I am going to leave y'all here for a minute while I go to the bathroom. Don't cause too much trouble. You realize I was watching you post that. Gotta love how he gives me the items for evolving Magmar and Electabuzz, but not the one for evolving Rhydon. Okay, so that's clearly not the Pokemart. Mina. check what items are here. I know that there's a Pokemon. It's obviously in the Pokemon Center. I'm just dumb. Yes. A Steelix-shaped ship. Alright, let's change it back to chill music. Nice, we got flash cannon. Actually, if we fish there, that's like the only place that we can get sticky barb. Alright, give me them TMs. That is such a nice bunch of TMs. It gives us so many more options. Okay. So yeah, I don't think there was anything really to find there other than the TMs at the store. Yeah. And honestly, the first priority that we have now is probably going to be getting our newest encounters, because we finally have new encounters. A few new encounters, a whole host of new items, and that right there, I believe, is the Dusk Stone that... Actually, do we still need a Dusk Stone? We need a Dawn Stone now, I think. Alright, well, first things first, let's walk into some grass and get the encounter that will be magically turned into a Samurott. I'll give everyone a few levels as well. Get them at least to 30 or 46, I think. That was an instant encounter. Like the second I even touched the grass. This is going to turn into a Samurott. Of course it's female, which continues the ongoing trend of making it hard for me to find new characters to name you after. Give me a minute, Rafkin. Alright, let's show some Umbreon. Yeah, I guess this one can be Fia. Alright, time to do some manipulation of time and reality and such. Okay, we need a Friday. Oh, that's annoying. We're gonna need a Friday, a Saturday, and then a Thursday. the very least, we're on to our last few encounters, which means we should soon no longer need to keep swapping out the date. We will lead with D. Alright, first encounter. First ball. Oh, I meant to give Greninja a nickname. Oh well. We'll figure it out in the... We'll figure it out while I'm editing the other Pokemon. Hang on, sorry. Had to double restart because I forgot to fix the date beforehand. Okay. There you are. Okay, Fia. Your special move is Brine. And you're supposed to be level 43. Okay, you have Revenge, Aqua Jet, and Encore. Encore is a nice one to pick up. And stats-wise, plus speed is pretty good, but that one speed IV is disappointing for sure. And then let's take a look at our Greninja, who is female, continuing our difficulties. Seriously, this is getting pretty frickin' annoying. I might just change that and make it Yura. I mean, Raya might work. I haven't given that to anyone else, have I? Oh, except we've got a snake coming up that I'd kind of like to save the name Raya for. Watch as it turns out to be male. We don't have a Latenna, do we? I don't think we do. This could... Yeah, you could be a good Latenna. Yeah. You can be Latenna. So, here we have Fia, the Samurott, and Latenna, the Greninja. And I didn't actually check your nature. What is it? Minus attack? That's honestly pretty good. That means we can invest in special attack and speed once we get access to decent moves to teach you. Also, I'd just like it mentioned that we now finally have not one, but two decent dark types. It took so long. So it looks like really the only thing that we need to find in this area is the berry tree. So yeah, lots of useful berries here, because these are the type resist berries. They cut the damage of a super effective move, which makes it a lot easier, in a lot of cases, to get a Pokemon set up. We got a Dusk Stone that we don't really need. I'm trying to remember, where do we get a Dawn Stone? So we do need... Oh. No, we don't need a Dawn Stone. What does Roselia need? A shiny stone. On Ancient Pony Path. Okay, so that's a little bit farther along. Yeah, looks like it's in the next area. And we might have a fight with Plumeria there. Okay, hang on. What does this guy have? Because I'm 100% going to walk into him at some point. Okay, do I have a fire type? We're going back to town to get a faster fire... Well, I guess there's really no point to that. Just give you a Fiery MZ. Like, I'm 100% going to run into this guy at some point. I'm looking at the wrong version. Okay, he's still got the Rabombi in the back. This just means that I don't really need to worry about my... I don't really need to worry about using my Z move on that one. Does have Dazzling Gleam, but it's neutral. So yeah, at some point we're probably going to want to defeat everyone on that route, because we want to unlock the Focus Sash. There's only one, and it'll probably come into play for the Ultra Necrozma fight. With that said... Oh. We also have access to Pony Beach. It's a surf area, but it doesn't have any move tutors, so we will probably never visit it. Anyway, Ancient Pony Path does have a couple of encounters. Nice. And a few trainers, including having to defeat Plumeria for the last time. Or... no. We do not need to beat Plumeria. We do need to beat a Team Skullgrunt that has a similar team, though. Okay, so we shouldn't have too much to worry about when we go there, and we actually get a couple of nice items. Let's see here, just real quick. Okay, so we got a collector with a couple of dragons. We're definitely gonna want Selin for that, as well as I'm thinking Hugh. I think those two should be able to deal with the first two dragons pretty easily. Some random fool with an Ekans as his only Pokemon. And then that Team Skull fight doesn't have anything especially frightening. Just need to make sure that we have something that can deal with the Golbat. And we have D. We have D, and if we add a ghost type to the team who has some form of passive damage, we can deal with Eradicate without any risk. And between our two ghost types with passive damage, which is both of our ghost types, I think Melemele is the slightly better matchup. Houndour should be no trouble. I guess we'll keep Shabriri around as well for Mantis. And really, we shouldn't have to put too much thought into that one. Give Selin her choice specs. They are practically hers at this point. Do we have a Rockium Z somewhere? everyone up to level. I kind of... Nope, only Selen isn't. Hi, Hapu. Alright, well, we have the last ride Pokemon, I think. Backstory. And we got a heart scale. Yay. And there's our shiny stone. We can evolve Roselia whenever we want now. We don't really have a need currently. I'm going to go ahead and take care of that guy because I've already statted my team for him. We're going to do this nice and simple and just go for the Continental Crush before he can go crazy with Shell Smash and stuff. And now Selen can clean up. Oh, I think we just copied its Berserk. Okay, we got that. We're going to encounter the Skull Grunts farther along. But first things first. Oh. Oh, I see. Need to go to the beach before we can do that. Well, let's get our encounters. So first, something to turn into an encounter. Okay, this one's male and is going to be turned into Embor. Who should we name you after? That's actually kind of tricky. Unfortunately, none of the Godskin nobles have a unique name, so I can't name you after that. Otherwise, it would be pretty fitting. You can be Edgar. And now, more island scan shenanigans. Oop. I just cranked up the volume. I will say, it's so incredibly convenient to have a little handle on my headphones that lets me adjust the volume. Of course, I have to remind myself that it doesn't affect what y'all hear when I'm setting things up for streams, but anyway, this is a Saturday scan, I believe. Yep. We have enough. Cool. Yeah, this music is pretty great. That's one thing Ocarina of Time did really well. Is put together some really solid music. Well, I'm not evolving anything right now, I'm just scanning stuff to get the points I need for the island scanner. Oh, who do I want to lead for this? Hang on. There you are. Alright, Delphox. And I realized that... Oh, I didn't mean to throw a quick ball. I realize that this thing is male. I am just going to straight up change it, because this game is screwing me over so hard and it's annoying me. And I've had a name in mind for this thing since, like, the start of the run. So, you get to be Hyetta. And I am going to change you to female, because the game is being annoying. Alright, let's chill here for a sec. Level 43, your moves are... All right. We'll go look at those two in a minute. I just want to clear through this path first. Okay, so I can't access parts of Ancient Pony Path yet. Huh. Well, in that case, I guess the prep for the remaining battle is kind of a waste. I guess it's going to be off to the north, or maybe when I pass back through it. Either way... Pony Breaker Coast. We don't have any encounters here. There is an opponent who just has an entire team of Kanto Pokemon. So we want to watch out. Oh. Except she's different in Ultra Moon and not nearly as cruel. There is a double battle that we're going to want to beat because I would very much like those TMs. Okay, we got Scald. Oh, I did not mean to get caught there. Oh well. We do need to be vaguely careful here because we We gotta avoid over-leveling. I've pushed it a tad close to the level cap on a few Pokemon. I don't really know how many mandatory battles there are. Oh my gosh. He saw me through his legs. Luckily, I think we have to deliberately start the other battle. Or do they not spawn yet? They might not even spawn yet. Oh my gosh, it takes so long. Alright, let's look at our team. I'm guessing they don't spawn until I've done something else. Ruins of Hope are, I think, where we're supposed to go, but... Anyway, we have Hyetta, who has a timid nature. Nice. Very nice. We have Edgar, who has a lax nature. And who was just the right level to still no heat crash, thankfully. Also, if anyone's wondered about it... Part of my testing prior to this run was actually opening up Pokemon Sun and seeing the movesets of the Pokemon who you can get by Island Scan, because I wanted to make sure that I could give them the correct movesets. Luckily, in Pokemon Sun and Moon, they do things differently from in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. They always have their last 3 level up moves and then their special move, as opposed to Moon and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, where they just kind of have whatever. Oh, I think I'm going to try and keep Hyetta safe if I can. That's a really good set of stats right there. Although, odds are I'm just going to wind up taking Electo into the Elite Four because I want to. Alright, let's see now. Stick some EVs into those guys. just into that guy. I don't really anticipate Edgar being all that durable, or all that speedy, so I'm going to emphasize being durable. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure the two swimmers that were supposed to battle in a double battle for the TMs that I want from here spawn up there after we've done stuff in here. This is probably the dumbest of the ride Pokemon, because it's just straight up getting lifted by a dude with 4 arms. Kahunas are chosen by the Pokemon we worship here in Alola, our sacred guardians. Chosen from among the people living on the island each guardian watches over. And now Hapu has finally become Kahuna. So there's an altar on the island. Well, there's an altar on the previous island, but we have to get the moon flute as well. And now we'll have access to Executor Island. Give me just a minute. I'll be back. You know, I keep thinking that the stream has already run longer than it has. So we are going to need to go to Executor Island. Where we will get our last two encounters. Do we have to fight Hapu the first time we're here? Okay, give me a sec. Okay, I need to learn a little bit more about Executor Island. Hold up. Okay, so it looks like we don't have to fight Hapu on this visit to the island. With that said, I am going to try and prep as if we do, because I don't trust the game. I don't trust the guide, I don't trust any of this, to be honest. Fighting Ground. Ghost. The thing is, I have so many Pokemon that are good matchups into this. Just don't know which ones to use. We don't have a way to clear Stealth Rock, so we probably want to pretty heavily emphasize avoiding getting that up. I think Bach can learn Taunt. Probably want our singular flying type at the very least. And luckily we are going to be getting a couple of encounters as soon as we arrive there. So this team setup will probably change. Yeah, that's the thing about Nuzlocke is a lot of what happens is packed into just a few minutes of the run as a whole. Now, who did I give the leftovers to? It was you. Alright, let's head to Executor Island. we have to ride in a magic harp. So there's like a miniature trial in order to get through it. We have to fight a bunch of pincer. But first things first, as always, let's get our new encounter. Safer to just keep chucking Ultra Balls than to try and weaken it. At least with Roderica, since her only means of weakening it is status. Okay, and since the game decided to screw me over, I will now say screw it. You are Zarias. I will fix everything when I actually change things, and let's get our last encounter of the run. Let's heal up our Pokemon before we do this. Oh. And there we have it. The last encounter of the run will hopefully stay inside the quick pal. Chestnut, who do we want to name you after? Do we already have a Garang? Don't. Is that the name that I want to go with? Ooh, that's a good one to go with. You can be Jaren. All right. Time to make a few changes. Ooh, I'm actually going to change that name as well. I just thought of a different one that I want to go with. Is the move, and you're a level 43 encounter. Coil, Leaf Blade, and Slam. Alright. We have a fresh couple of encounters. Wait, what? Oh, oops. Forgot to reload the save after making changes. I swear they just stuck Charizard. Like, I swear they made the Charizard animation extra long just so they could have more frames of Charizard in this game. Anyway, we have Zarias the Superior, who does not have the most impressive offensive stats. But unfortunately, we've already leveled out of her knowing Leech Seed. Which means she likely won't be a core defensive Pokemon until we can get that back, at which point she probably will supersede Roderica. As a bulky grass type if we wind up needing one for the Elite Four. But we also have Jarbairn here, and he is gonna put in work. He comes with spikes and Seed Bomb. We can go ahead and replace Spiky or Mudshot with Brick Break. I will say, if there was a Pokemon in this run that I was tempted to just make shiny on my own, it's this one. Because his shiny form is so frickin' sick. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and believe the guide and just plan around having the Pokemon that we actually want for dealing with the pincers. So it looks like ghost types should trivialize these guys. So let's get you on the team. How do I get back to Executor Island? Ah, there. Interact with you. Kill the pincer. Interact with you. Kill the pincer. One more time. And now they're willing to help me out. Really? You're blocking me from going that way. Alright, Vast Pony Canyon is next. Which means I believe our next opponent is going to be some Team Skull people. Got an Ekans and then that team that I can't remember who I had already recruited to deal with. I think I remember, actually. I think we need D. Give him back the Eviolite. That Ekans just straight up can't attack. That's kind of funny. Actually, we can do this with just Melania, not D. Just trying to think of who else we should take. Who should go as our 6th team member? Yeah, that'll be fine. So this guy sends out a single Ekans that is quite literally incapable of attacking to test my abilities. And then the other 5 of them technically all battle me at once, but they do it one at a time. They want to be respectful, I guess. Oh, that is not what I meant to click. Okay, this thing has purely normal type moves except for Sucker Punch. Okay, this guy shouldn't be too difficult. We'll go ahead and switch back to Edgar. Then we have a Marini. It has a purely poison type moveset, so I didn't want to switch Gardevoir in. Hi, Plumeria. So yeah, they're asking us to help save Guzma. Alright, I'm going to go and see if those two trainers with the water type, with the water TMs are here. It does not look like they've come back yet. Or shown up yet. I don't actually know when they spawn. It might not be until I unlock the Elite Four. I think there was some weirdness going on when I was in this area that I learned about when I was in this area in Sun. Alright, Vast Pony Canyon is next. We have to clear our way through it. Oh, really? We have to do another Ultra Recon Squad battle? Come on. There's no point. I'm just going to wreck them again. There are a pretty good variety of trainers that we're going to encounter. I just wish that we had like the TM for Dark Pulse or something. Because we really don't have any good Dark type moves even now. We've got Thief. Got Fling if we absolutely need it, though I don't know if we actually get any good items to use with it. We've got Brutal Swing and Payback. Huh, Dark Pulses on Pony Coast. Is that someplace I get before the post game? I don't think so. Yeah, it's not. That is post game stuff. Fun. So we just straight up don't get Dark Pulse in this game, which means we kind of have to play our dark types as physical, which pretty thoroughly screws over Latenna here, because she's got a minus attack nature and is already better at being a special attacker than a physical one. Fia, what's your nature? Fia's alright at this. Sorry, I'm just looking at this because the first trainer that we're likely to encounter after Soliera is a Ghost and Psychic trainer. Which means we want Dark or Ghost moves. You know, I kind of want to stop here, to be honest. Just because if we stop here, then we get the whole build-up of the trial, the whole build-up to the trial for next time. And finally, after the trial, we can head into Ultra Space and do all that. It just seems like an appropriate time to stop. Even if it's a bit sooner than I normally would for a Saturday stream, I think this is the right time. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. It'll give me time to think about it, and we're obviously not going to get too much more done. I think at most we could get through the trial, but I'd rather save that for the start of next stream. So yeah, let's wrap it up there. Thanks everyone for being here. We made some good progress. We got all of our remaining encounters. We managed to get through a long gauntlet of boss fights without any deaths, I believe. Yeah. See you later, Rafkin. Appreciate y'all. Hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you next time. Later, folks. Bye, 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 bye.